So the else words this week. This is our main topic of the show. This is we're going to talk about some real fake bands and some fake real bands. This is all brought on because of a vulture.com article that Corey actually Corey submitted in the ElseNerds Slack channel, and I watched this. I'm like, oh, this is really funny. Hey, and I'm like, B, do me a favor, put that in the doc because I can't put the in the doc when I'm at work. And so I did, and I haven't even seen the music video yet. I only saw the part with the drums. But basically, so this is Fred Armisen, Adam Paley, and Zoe Lister Jones have a band, and now that band has a music video. The It's all set in this like other world. It's through IFC Films, who did the distribution for this.
Well, it's basically Zoe Lister Jones was the director of the movie, and it's about a couple that fight all the time, and they figure, wait, instead of fighting, let's write songs about the fight and put them out, and we'll be a successful band. So they do that, and they get their next door neighbor, who's played by Fred Armisen from Saturday Night Live and the
Portlandia.
Portlandia, but he's also the band leader for Seth Meyers' band on the Late Late Show or whatever it's called. And the video is basically an interview of the two leads about the movie, and then it goes into the filming of their video where everything is like Pepto-Bismol pink, and how Fred Armisen wants his drum kit farther closer to the camera and the other two farther back, and the fight between them doing him being the center of attention and them actually doing the video. So I didn't watch the whole thing, but that I saw like the beginning and figured about that. Yeah.
No, it's cool. And the cool part is with this, and I think will probably be what we'll focus in on, is this is both a fake band and a real band. This in real life, the Dirty Dishes are also a band featuring Lister Jones on bass, Adam Paley on guitar, and Fred Armisen on the sticks, as the article puts it. And they have a real EP streaming anywhere you like to stream music. And now they have a real good music video, which, as you said, Lister Jones directed. It's so I know of a few fake bands. I will start with the one that everyone will probably think of and would yell at me if I didn't say, and that is of course the band on MTV Together. No, I'm joking. That's Spinal Tap is one I would mention first.
You know, there's this fine line between clever and stupid.
I crossed it a while back ago. I know.
You don't want to go raga. No.
But so I mean, I had a part way I was going to go with this, but it sort of fell apart. But I mean, so like, how like, what do you guys think of the whole fake band, real band, like fake band becoming a real band thing?
Well, I mean, for me, like my very first concert that I ever went to was a 1984, I guess it was, and it was the headlining act was the Monkees. There's your original fake band becomes a real band sort of thing. They were a lot more talented, I think, than people give them credit for. But I'm going to just leave that at that before I get too far down the Monkees love exchange there. But it's I always enjoyed their music, and I thought that they were probably, I mean, I don't know anybody before them that kind of did this.
Well, there was like about the same time there was the Danny Bonaducci and the Partridge Family.
Yeah, the Partridge Family.
And Brady Bunch had their Brady Bunch band.
Yeah. We got to raise money for the silver platter for mom and dad's anniversary present.
And then there was like the Archies and Josie and the Pussycats.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gem and the Holograms.
Yeah.
And I know in the 90s there was one called The Heights. They had like one song and they were like a Fox show or something like that.
Oh, the how do you talk to an angel or something like that? It was like the guy was playing a boyfriend of not Terry Garr, but the blonde from the original 90210. At some point, he
Oh,
was like a gardener, and they well anyway like that, and well the oh what was that the one with Michael Pare in it, the one Eddie and the Cruisers,
oh yeah.
and going along with the Spinal Tap, you've got the Kingsman, no the Kingsman, the Folksman from A Mighty Wind, and that also gives you Mickey and Mitch, and the new Main Street Singers, and what was the can't remember the other any of the other groups on that, and then you've got like I don't know, there's tons of there was a Beatles sort of parody group, and they're not the B Sharps because that was Simpsons.
And there was also the Beat Alls in the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah. Was it the? I don't know, but yeah, it's a big thing, meme, I guess you might call it, of things having fake bands and people actually liking what they did and actually going out and doing real gigs.
Yeah, one of the things that actually surprised me that it hasn't happened yet is watching Talking with Chris Hardwick, the episode that they had with James Corden and him talking. And I knew from, because I watch a lot of English TV to begin with, but hearing him talk about being in school, being in, essentially high school, like middle school and high school, and with his friends and his love for boy bands, like where he created like 7 different bands all throughout school, where the first band, they're just like, yeah, so have you heard of, whatever the name of the band was? Yeah, that's me. And they never even performed and stuff like that. And then some of the other band names they came up with just for the title, just for the fact that it was like a catchy title or whatever, to do like associated with them. And like, so it's like I'm surprised wouldn't see and I used Together earlier, but like MTV doing another thing like that where you've got this fake, this fake band coming up, and then they start touring in real life, and then the one host or one of the guys goes out to be the host of CMT's music countdown and stuff like that.
Or they become Flight of the Conchords.
Yes. And later go on to direct Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah. But we're having a lot of band meetings.
Oh, yes.
You've got the wrong type of pants on. You're going to rip your pants, and when you come back from being a werewolf, you're going to be naked. I told you, tear away pants.
Oh, man. Oh, this is great. Oh, you went from Flight to What We Do in the Shadows. That was great. I'm sort of waiting for you to go to Rex next. Just hitting the full Reese Darby filmography.
Yeah, or Voltron.
Yeah, or Voltron. I don't know. Mainly, I sort of want to bullshit with that because the whole thing, because like the video is really cool, and it's I mean, Fred Armisen's been in like 50 bands I think by himself, and and it did, watching the video, it did scream like a segment from Portlandia, especially with him going, no, I want to be up at the front. I want to be at the front. It's like, it's almost like he's just going, like, yeah, do you see these symbols here? These were used on Pet Sounds. And stuff like that. But yeah, so we can hang out a little bit later, but I want to thank you guys. I want to thank Shawn for coming in and guest hosting with me. And where can people find you?
The best place to find me right now is on Twitter at SBurnsPA.
That's SBurnsPA at Twitter. And Peter, what do you got to plug here, man? I mean, you got free, ample time to plug stuff.
Yeah, well, I haven't been done it in the last couple weekends, but on Sundays I do a thing I call the Joy of Image Manipulation, where I take pictures and make them into different things. I've done. I took a picture of a train and made it look like it was from the 1930s, and I've turned a cat into a vampire cat, and I've made a propaganda photo of Jury and him and Diamond Club's bid to take over the world, with a map in the background, and that, like I said, called Joy of Image Manipulation. It's a YouTube channel. It's under my name, Peter Fisher. If you want to look for it, I'm to tell the truth, the biggest video I have has 6 views on it, so it's YouTube's not knocking down my door to give me a
check or a takedown
notice, a check or the link, a special link that you go, just go to Joy of Image Manipulation and you're there. And but that's one thing. Also, if you're going to be at Nerdtacular in the Utah in a month or even less, we're gonna do what we've been doing for the last 3 of them, since Scott hasn't done an official movie. I think the last one was Brave that we saw, that was an official Nerdtacular event. The Sunday after Nerdtacular, a bunch of us are going to go down to the valley and see a movie all together. So look in the Tadpool group on Facebook, or there's a thing going on in the Extra Life forums too about it. So look for this face at Nerdtacular, or look in the places on the internet and find out where and when we're going. And you can also find me on Twitter at Tina_podcast, which is a podcast I'll eventually do at some point, once I get around to figuring out how I can either do a improv podcast by myself, or find someone that wants to go with me. And we're also in development for another podcast with my old co-host from IDAP that was on Blazing Caribou, Stacy Baldwin and Reese Dunlap, and that's also in development. Heck, but oh wait, you said we can swear liberally.
Yes.
Is that right, or can we swear conservatively as well? For equal time.
I tend to follow the BBC rules. You can, if you swear at liberals, we then have to swear at conservatives, and then we then have to swear at the Green Party, and
okay,
no one gives a fuck about the libertarians.
So then it's in development hell. Oh, that felt good to say. Yeah, it's in development hell, but we'll eventually get it out at some point. But that's basically what I have to say, and that is and was to and all is.
Nice.